The Steam Deck is an incredibly portable device that allows you to play a myriad of PC games while on the go. Having full controller customizations and touchpads lets you play games that you'd normally use a mouse and keyboard for. You can play different games from your Steam library, from massive AAA games like The Witcher 3 to the smallest of indie titles like Swim Out, regardless of when you're hanging around at a park or even when you're out traveling the world. So today on Turn-Based Lovers, we are taking a look at 10 turn-based games for the Steam Deck to take with you on the go. First up, we have Red Ronin, a tactical turn-based dash and slash game that accelerates the slow of turn-based tempo to a faster, more action-oriented pace. You play as a bloodthirsty Ronin hell-bent on exacting revenge after being betrayed by her former team, relentlessly pursuing them until everyone who left her behind dies by her hands. The awesome stylized pixel art means no demanding graphics for the Steam Deck. This translates to a longer battery life, which is especially important when you're somewhere where you can't plug in. The game has very fluid controls and a full controller support, which means you won't need to mess with settings or key mapping. Simply install the game and you're good to go. The fast-paced feel of Red Ronin is great if you're looking for a blend of turn-based planning and action combat pacing. You can take your time and think about each individual movement, but the game looks and plays best when you do all of your attacks and moves in quick succession. Next up, we have Gordian Quest, an epic deck-building RPG with roguelike elements and turn-based combat that also takes clear inspiration from games like Ultima and D&D. You'll be leading a party of heroes to unravel the curses laid upon the lands while forging bonds and discovering new skills and equipment along the way. Gordian Quest is another great game with full controller support and is also Steam Deck verified. This means that Valve has made sure that this game runs as smoothly as possible on your Steam Deck. Just install the game and you are good to go. If you love games like Slay the Spire but want some RPG elements mixed in, then this game may just be for you, and I highly suggest you at least give it a try. This next game is a visually stunning game that just fits so well with the Steam Deck. The caveat? It's a bit of a battery sucker. But if you happen to have a nearby outlet to plug your Steam Deck to while hanging around in a cafe or when you're waiting for your flight at an airport, this game is an absolute treat to burn some time with. Space Hulk Tactics is a video game adaptation of the board game Space Hulk. Engage in a deadly battle as either a squad of Terminator Space Marines or an onslaught of deadly Gene Stealers. You can also shift from two different perspectives, the tactical and the first-person views. The tactical view is your usual top-down turn-based strategy perspective, while the first-person view allows you to experience a first-hand look of the hulls of the Space Hulk while you stare down your enemies face-to-face. Space Hulk Tactics is listed as unsupported for the Steam Deck, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's unplayable. Because of the Steam Deck's intensive control customization options, you'll be able to play this game as smooth as butter. So if you're looking for a great looking turn-based game while you're on the go, then I recommend giving Space Hulk Tactics a try. Urban Cards is a deck-building roguelike where earning money is the name of the game. You'll be building businesses, hiring workaholic employees, and commissioning thieves to steal from the competition. Create the perfect deck to stomp out your enemies or go into debt trying. In this game, everything is expensive and the competition is fierce. Urban Cards is a tough but ultimately enjoyable deck builder. Each battle has a set dollar goal, and the objective is all about managing your money. Your opponent will never take it easy on you and will grab every opportunity to put you and your business under, and even steal your hard-earned cash to reach their goals. Every turn begins with the satisfying sound of coins piling up as money rolls in. Then it is up to you to decide if you want to keep the money or spend it on something in order to make more money on the next round. Urban Cards is another Steam Deck verified game. The controls are simple and the game runs perfectly well on the device. Everything fits nicely on screen, which makes for an enjoyable experience while riding on the passenger seat of your car or when you're out on commute. The next game on this list is Morphblade, a minimalistic hex-based puzzle strategy game. In Morphblade, you'll be moving around different hex tiles with different properties that transform you into different weapons. The tiles range from an arrow that plunges you through an enemy, a hammer that lets you stay put and smash a single enemy in front of you, and even a teleport tile that allows you to jump to other sides of the grid. Every wave you'll be able to add more hexes to your grid, and the goal is to survive as many waves as possible. Morphblade is a simple and relaxing game that's nice to have on your Steamdeck as a palate cleanser or when you have a short break in between activities. Morphblade is exclusively played with a mouse, so when you're playing on your Steamdeck, you'll only be using the touchpad. The game runs extremely smoothly and barely even drains battery life.
You know the truth, my friend.
Next up is a game that was released fairly recently. Oaken is a turn-based tactical roguelike set in the spirit-inhabited world of the Great Oak. The game is a grid-based game where positioning makes all the difference between victory and defeat. Explore the Great Oak, gather allies and trinkets, learn to use positioning to your advantage, and choose how to upgrade your cards, all in order to wake the spirits and save the Great Oak. Aside from being a solid game on PC, Oaken is also perfect on the Steamdeck to the extent that it feels like it was actually made for the device. All controller features are fully implemented and battles are on a dioramic-like grid which fits perfectly on the screen. Everything about this game looks visually stunning without working the system too hard. Oaken is a really enjoyable, highly strategic turn-based tactics game mixed with deck building that may remind you of creature collecting, a mechanic done right. All the spirits you'll encounter and collect are such a delight to admire and play with.
When darkness breeds a curse disdained, it's time to enter the ring of newfound...
Enter the Ring of Pain, a mysterious roguelike card-based dungeon crawler where encounters come to you. In Ring of Pain, you'll work your way around a ring of cards in each layer of the dungeon. It is up to you to decide when you want to fight or avoid monsters while gathering the best loot you can find. Many different doors await you as you go deeper into the dungeon. Which path you will take is entirely up to you. Ring of Pain is yet another Steam Deck verified game that has full controller support and runs very smoothly with minimal power drain. You won't have to mess with any settings and you just install and play right away. The dark psychedelic theme may catch your attention and may be intimidating to some. There will be times where you won't understand what exactly is going on, but the mystery that comes with it will make you keep coming back for more. Explore the Ring of Pain and discover what strange trinkets and crazy creatures the game has to offer as you stumble upon the answers to its mysteries. This next game is another one that looks like it was made specifically with the Steam Deck in mind. Alina of the Arena is a roguelike deck builder that combines elements from Slay the Spire and Into the Breach. Two entirely awesome turn-based games. What more could you ask for? You play as a gladiator working their way through the ranks of the arena while putting on a show for the crowd. Alina of the Arena is an enjoyable mix of deck building with hex-based combat. The possible combinations of the different cards lead to very satisfying gameplay. Getting enough combos in a row is how you get to please the crowd, and in some cases, they might even throw in a tool into the arena that can really help you out. The fast-paced battles make this game a great choice during long layovers in an airport or when you're looking to get a couple of rounds in between activities. The developers describe Ash of Gods The Way as a turn-based deck-building puzzle game which is quite hard to argue with. The puzzle aspects of this game are very evident. Each battle in Ash of Gods The Way is very different from each one of them, with very specific win conditions that sometimes even change in the middle of battle. In Ash of Gods The Way, we follow the story of a young man named Finn, whose only hope of preventing an invasion of his home is to master a card game they use to teach aristocrats the art of warfare, called The Way. It is Finn's mission to infiltrate the tournaments being held and try to get close to the commanders of each tournament. For the best experience, be sure to bring a pair of headphones if you plan on playing this game while you travel. Ash of Gods The Way not only has a great soundtrack, but every character is fully voiced, with some having really good voice acting. This game has such a great story that you wouldn't want to miss out on any of it.
talk, Wick.
Last but not least, we have Wick Hex, a fast-paced action-oriented strategy game where you get to play as John Wick himself. Play through each level in a series of turns or actions that are all broken apart into time segments.
Complete a physical action.
Segmenting the game this way helps the player reenact the film's signature gun fu style. Playing Wick Hex is relatively simple. The entire game can be played exclusively with a mouse, and in the Steamdeck's case, it's touchpad. Right-click to move, left-click to select an action. It's that simple.
So use them wisely.
Playing this on the Steam Deck feels very natural and intuitive. You'll have to occasionally scroll through the map with the left stick to see some distant enemies, but that doesn't really take away from the flow of the game and ultimately just feels natural.
You must think like John Wick.
Wick Hex features an amazing comic-inspired art style, and if you're a fan of any of the John Wick movies, then I would recommend checking this one out. The action in this game feels true to its reference material, and the best part is that at the every end of a level, you can watch a replay of the action playing out, which is simply satisfying to watch.
Tailor shop to look stylish and stock up on weapons and bandages that you can stash.
That wraps up the list of 10 great turn-based games to play on your Steam Deck while on the go. There are a myriad of games out there that are great for the Steam Deck that didn't make this list, so be sure to let us know down in the comments your favorite turn-based games to have on your Steam Deck.